All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and today we are going to go over how to use the listing presentation within Listings to Leads. A lot of great use cases for it. We're going to talk both about how to market it to get it in front of more people in your local area, and then we'll talk a little bit about how to actually use it, how to prepare for a specific listing presentation you're going on. We've also got expireds, canceled, withdrawns, expireds, canceled, FISBOs, excuse me, and then a listing presentation. So let me know where you're coming in from and get yourself over to listingstoleads.com. Go ahead and log into your account. When you log in, you're going to be on the dashboard. And let me know, we dropped a email blast. And can everybody hear me? Someone says they can't hear me. You should be able to hear me. Let me check my microphone. Yeah, let's see. Yes, Jorge. Okay, Jorge can hear me. So let me just put Sherry, check your speakers. All right, perfect, Sherry. Thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, so I was mentioning we dropped an email blast a couple of days ago in your account, and I'd make sure that you get these out as quickly as possible. This is in regards to the rate cut, which I think is today or tomorrow. Regardless, I would get these out today if you haven't gotten them out yet. So there's two of them. Fed rate cuts ahead, but the best deals might be now. That's for the buyer leads. Fed rate cuts ahead, but will buyers be back? So for either one of them, go ahead and click on the subject line. It's going to take you to the email itself, sits in the editor. I can send it from Listings to Leads. I can send it from my CRM. I can edit this however I want. And what this is talking about is giving them the TLDR on what's happening with the Fed rate cuts, what could happen if they are cut, how that impacts or doesn't impact the mortgage rates. So really nice, quick email, educational, want to stay in front of people, want to provide value. All right, we want to, provide something good without always having lead capture with it. But we do have, as you can see towards the bottom, on next steps. So for example, this is going to the homeowners, home sellers in your database, or your seller leads in Listings to Leads. So for next steps here, we got, let me know if you like a neighborhood pending and sold report. Request a current list of homes similar to yours for research. And then get a customized no obligation marketing plan for your home. And that last one there is what we're going to be talking about today. So perfect timing for that. Again, I can click in here and I can edit any of this that I want to. From here, I can send a test email so I can check it out, make sure it looks perfect. Once I'm comfortable and I like it, I can either click schedule or I can just go ahead and click send. It's going to prompt me and ask me for who I want to send it to in Listings to Leads. Again, this is for my seller leads. So I'll click send, and that will schedule. It takes about a minute or two, and then it will get sent out. And then we've got also one for, you can copy the code. So we got three options: copy code with your Listings to Lead signature at the bottom. If your CRM has a signature, then you don't need to copy ours. And then we got copy for FUB. I will select that one. Go to Follow Up Boss in my case, or go to your whatever CRM that you're using. I will click the insert HTML. That little pop-up will come up and I'll just paste in the code. And there we go. Sometimes the CRM you see how there was no space? So I just want to make sure it looks pretty. So I'm just going to add between the bullet points there, just add a little bit of, or add a line or a space, I guess. There we go. Got my signature at the bottom. Great. and then preview and send that out from your CRM. So I would get both of those emails out the door today. All right. The quicker you get them out, the better. If you've already gotten them out, phenomenal. Good for you. And again, I can send them both out through Listings to Leads and or copy the code, go to my CRM, and I can send it out from there. Any questions on that? Have any of you used this yet? I think we'll probably have another email tomorrow or Friday, maybe, based on the results and what happens afterwards. And we will see. I don't know. Rates go up, rates go down. We'll find out. Now, for the listing presentation, now you can see over here, right on my dashboard. In fact, on your dashboard, when you log into your Listings to Leads account, you're going to see a tab over here called Listing Presentation. And in fact, it's right above your link in bio. A lot of people don't know. I'm just going to show it to you, then we're going to get back to Listing Presentation. But this is a phenomenal link for your Instagram profile in particular, and anywhere else where you need a link in bio type of TikTok would be good as well. And you can see here, it's also got your 100-point home marketing plan. It's got your client reviews. If you've got that in Listings to Leads, it'll have all of your listings, PDF guides, so people can get to this right from your Instagram link in bio. Latest social media posts from Listings to Leads. And this is completely customizable. So I can customize this, add to it. You can see here, I've got schedule a call now. That's linking to my Calendly, I think. Yeah. So I got a Calendly link in there. Email me, call me. All right. So that layout, check out that link in about. Yeah, Todd, we're actually going to a brand new code base in Listings to Leads very, very soon, like within the next few weeks, I hope. And we're going to start allowing people to migrate to the new system, which is just, it looks very similar to the current one in the beginning, but it's a lot quicker. And we're going to be able to, we got TikTok integration, we got vertical videos off of your listing, videos coming. We have so many more things coming. But the bots are going to be something that we're going to be updating as well. So no ET on that right now, but that is definitely something. The AI text, I'm telling you. In fact, I'll probably talk a little bit about that maybe in this call today, or I might be doing another video later. But if you're doing the Facebook ads, for example, I'm telling you, the AI text, if you don't have something, I would use ours. But back to the topic here. The listing presentation, again, you're going to find it right in your account dashboard. You can click download and marketing tools. If you click download, it'll take you right to the section. So all of this is relevant or related to the listing presentation. But check this out. I go download, and it's going to allow me, now I don't have to, but if I've got other listings in my account and I want to use one of those listings in my main account level listing presentation, just so it shows better, shows, something that's more local to my area, I can select any of my listings, hit download, and now we can create these for specific properties. And when you have a listing presentation, I definitely recommend that you do that, whether it's for a standard listing presentation, going after expireds, going after FSBOs, going after canceled listings. But this one right here is just your general account level marketing plan. And the whole idea is we want to get this in front of as many people as possible, showing them what we've got, because you know how most agents are in a listing presentation. They got a sheet about how great they are. They've got maybe something about they do Facebook, right? One or two other things. Very, very, very few people have anything like this. And I've even seen a few other people come out with types of presentations that you might consider to be similar to this. Oh my gosh, not even close. Not even close. Especially with the ability to add in the photo of the listing that you're going to visit, where every single page on here can be of that homeowner's home. It's an absolute game changer. So, but again, this is a general one. And here's the beautiful thing about this. I would go through this as any for any of you. Go through this because you're gonna learn more about listings to leads, because everything in here is in your listings to leads account. So the more familiar you are with this, the better you're going to be at presenting it, but you're also going to be a better marketer because you're going to be aware of all the different tools, how they work a little bit better. And when you're presenting this in a listing presentation, what is so beautiful and the feedback that I get from agents is we've got everything laid out right in here for you. So all your talking points, you don't need to memorize anything. If all you need to do is literally go through this a few times, and you're going to be good at it. So as we can see here, if I'm talking to you at a listing presentation or just talking to somebody in general about my marketing plan, I can talk about how we create a marketing platform around your property, and we market it everywhere but not included to. And I can just list off some of these items right on here. And then I can go a little bit further, right? As I'm going through here, right? We do paid Facebook advertising and Instagram. We do different Facebook ads at different statuses of the listing, time-tested ads that are guaranteed to generate results. And as you can see, it's all right here. So I don't need to memorize anything. I just need to have gone through this a few times so I know kind of like what's coming next. All right. Again, I don't need to memorize. I just need to know if I go through this a few times on my own, when I'm actually with somebody, I'm gonna look like an absolute expert. All right. Then we go into social. So this was advertising. The next page is marketing. So advertising is paid. Marketing is just your free social media postings. And we do that on all these different platforms like Facebook as well, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and Google. We do YouTube marketing. All right, 122 million people a day on YouTube, 1 billion hours of content every single day. #1 video website in the world. #2 visited website. Great SEO for your property. Then we do print marketing. So we do a combination. We'll either do a postcard, door hanger, or a print letter so that we can let all the neighbors know about your property being for sale, because a lot of times people in the area know others that would love to move in. And so we want to make sure that we let all the neighbors know that your property is for sale. And you literally just go through this. As you can see, you just paraphrase what's already on the page. All right, database marketing in my contacts. The seller sphere of influence, similar to the neighbors. The seller also generally will know people who either themselves or people that they know would love to move into the area. So similar to, we're going to let the neighbors know, I've got some tools that are going to help you let everybody know about your property being for sale. And these are phenomenal tools. If you haven't used these tools as a listing agent, you are missing out on some of the best leads possible. All right. Ruben, you can't hear me. Can everybody hear me? This is the second time somebody said they can't hear me. I got my microphone right here. And let me see. Let me check my settings. Brian, can you still hear me? Yeah, it looks like, my microphone looks like it's on. Okay. All right. So I don't know what maybe. All right. Anyways. So this is 26 pages. So seller sphere, short form videos, single property websites and virtual tours. Look how beautiful that looks. I mean, this just looks absolutely stunning. Listing flyers. And notice the URL. Make sure that you mention that URL. That's why we highlight it in yellow. We highlight it on the account level, but also the ones that are at the listing level. So whether it's for a specific listing, specific expired, canceled, or FSBO, make sure when you're with a homeowner, you point out that URL. They absolutely love it. And again, the reason why we highlight it in yellow was really based on our client feedback, because our clients were going, hey, my seller loves these URLs, right? That's the street address. So 131 Tomlinson Drive dot thebestlisting.com. And when you're in a listing presentation, along with everything else that you're showing, that domain is going to they love it. And then right here, this is where it gets so beautiful. You want them to pull out their phone, and I'm going to make this bigger. Give me a second. And I will invite you. All right, let's pull out our phone and let's scan that QR code. And let's see what it looks like. We got photo, scan. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous, right? I'm looking at exactly what's on the page. Beautiful. And I'll tell you, especially when it is the homeowner's home, when you create these for a specific property and that homeowner scans that and they're looking at their phone, their home on their phone, it's just lights out. All right. Then we talk about QR codes. All right. Our reach and frequency across multiple channels at every stage of the listing. And you're going to sound, even if you are brand new, you don't know anything about marketing, you're going to sound like an absolute animal, like an absolute powerhouse when it comes to online marketing, just by reviewing and paraphrasing what is on the page right here. Now, here's where it gets really good. When we're in a listing presentation and you get to the part where it says coming soon, remember this for later, because I won't review this later when we talk about a specific listing presentation for a specific property. But when you're going through the flip book, or if you're presenting the PDF, when you get to the part about coming soon, you can turn it off. So I can do it where I don't even display coming soon. But what I recommend that you do is if you do coming soon, phenomenal. All right. So we do coming soon marketing and so on and so forth. But if you don't do coming soon, I would leave this here. And I would say, we don't do a formal coming soon. It's not allowed in our MLS. But what we do during that time period is we're going to get the photos taken. We're going to make sure the property looks great, and so on and so forth. And also, assuming when that homeowner wants to be moved out. So right now it's September 10th. So we got October, November, December 10th. Let's say they want to be out by December 10th. And what we can do here is work our way backwards. So if you've got a calendar and a pen, all right, so grab a pen, all right, grab a piece of paper or your calendar and start mark. This is an absolute pro tip right here. And it's going to get the homeowner nodding their head. And when you're presenting this in the listing presentation, it's going to help you get those listing agreements signed faster. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to have an idea of when they would like to be moved out. They may want to move, closer to their kids, whatever it is. But they have an idea of when they want to be moved out typically. So work your way backwards. We got 30 days escrow typically. You got your average days on market, whatever that's going to be. And so let's say it's 30-day escrow, 50-day days on market. That means we're going to want to have this listed in about 10 days from now. Does that make sense? Everybody get that? So on my calendar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, December 10th, move out, sold, goal. 30-day escrow average, go into contract November 10th. 50 days, average days on market, that would put us to September 20th, right? September 20th, October 20th, November 10th, that's 50 days. So September 20th, we want to go to market. So today is September 10th. between now and September 20th, we should get photographs scheduled and done. We should get the property ready to show. I should get everything set up so that on September 20th, you're good to go. And you just start marking those dates down, right? So September 10th to the 20th, we're going to do the coming soon activities that I just mentioned. September 20th, we'll go to just listed. And this is in the flip book as well. We'll do an open house the first weekend after we go live. And that'll be, just making it up, that'll be September 12th and 13th. And, and all the time you're marking these days down so they see it, and they're going to be nodding their head. They're like, yeah, that's right. That makes sense. And then the property will be active for sale, and we'll be accepting offers. You may have a plan of where you accept offers and you state that in the description after the open house, whatever it is your plan is. But now the property is active. If you want to say, with our average days on market at 50, right? Hopefully we'll get it sold quicker with our marketing plan, and we got it priced right. So I think we'll get it sold quicker. But regardless, 50 days is average. So let's plan appropriately. Then we're going to go into contract by November 10th, based on 50 days average days on market, if not sooner. And then we'll go to sold on December 10th, meeting your goal. And they're nodding the whole time, right? And you're marking it down. And then you got the listing agreement, have the listing agreement right there as well. And then when they're still nodding and they're in agreement, turn that listing agreement around and let them know that you are ready to start getting this going. And especially when they can see, even if you're using the general one right here in your account, they're going to get it. But when you're using the one I'm going to show you next, that is specifically for their home, they're going to go absolutely nuts. And you're going to get more of these listing agreements signed faster. All right. So here's the flipbook version. And this is the same thing. And I can click on view. And I can present this. I mean, imagine, I've talked to people present on their phone. They're on their phone, literally showing a homeowner, obviously a tablet, laptop. When people are presenting, this is the one that people like to present, is the flipbook version. And then what they'll do is they'll print the PDF version to leave behind. So this is, again, just the flipbook version. Now, there's also a pre-listing packet. This is a 4-page version of the full version. So the full version is 26 pages. We've also got a pre-listing packet. Sometimes what people will do is they will send this ahead of time. If you've got a listing appointment coming up, maybe send this 2 to 3 days ahead of time. This is already better than what most people are going to be sharing with the homeowner. So this is, again, just a 4-page version. And then from there, the goal is to get this out into the market, right? We want to get this seen by as many people as possible. I'm going to go through the ads, social media post. This would be a phenomenal as a short form video. In fact, I will also show you, we got a vertical version of this video in the media library that I've actually got on Instagram, pinned to my Instagram. So let me show you here. So Facebook and Instagram ad. This would be great. I don't know that I would run this to a regular audience. I would be more apt. Notice it's video views. I would run this to a custom audience. So I would, if you've got a custom audience of, for example, all the homeowners in your area, all the seller homeowner leads in your database, whatever kind of custom audience that you've got that are homeowners, home sellers in your area, that would be a good use case for the Facebook ad. Because check this out, I can go daily budget as low as $1, right? I can go $3. Start and end date 1 week. I'm going to change that to 1 month. For a regular Facebook lead ad where I'm generating, I hate to say normal, not normal leads. That sounds kind of weird. But for a standard Facebook lead ad for a listing, I like to do 1 week. But for something where I'm doing a custom audience, couple of dollars a day, I wanted to let it run for at least 2 weeks, if not a month. And I can turn it off at any time. And this is the video by default. You can change this to whatever you want. You could record your own video. So Sherry or Brian or any of you, you could record your own video about how you get homes into, how you market homes in the area, and replace this video with that. Or you can leave this video, hit create ad. Now, let's see what I did. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it just took a second. So that's going to recycle and then get submitted as an ad. Now we've got Google as well. Google could be really good. Going to be a lot more expensive, but these are going to be people that are searching how to get their home sold. So if you are into doing Google, all you have to do, in fact, I was just talking to a client the other day. He and I got to get more information, but he did a cash buyer on Google, spent $276 and got a listing in the first week. So he did the iBuyer, I think just a standard text with the landing page. So iBuyer landing page, 1 week, got a listing, spent $276. I think it was like $7 a lead. No, I think it was like $740, whatever it was. Anyways, I know the total budget was $276. Got a listing the first week. So the Google is really can be very powerful if you've got the budget for it. And all you got to do is put in Folsom. It's going to link automatically to the landing page right here, or they can download the 100-point home marketing plan. So they can view our marketing plan. We've got a social media post. So now this is the regular post. So it's got an image. This will post up to Facebook, X, LinkedIn. And I would make sure I go through this and do this once a month. This is one of those things that you really want to be doing this once a month, especially the free things, the free items every single month I would be coming through. And that's why I do this call once a month. That is your reminder to actually do this and get this done. But for the social media post, all I got to do is click schedule or post now. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, get top dollar for your home with our 100-point home marketing plan. People click. They go to the landing page, and then they can get the plan. Now, what I want you to also do, and I'm going to go over to media library. So see this media library over here on the far left? I'm going to open up a link in a new tab so we don't lose where we're at right now. And we got 2 videos that I want you to take and download. You can download these videos. One of them is, well, not one of them, but 100-point home marketing plan. So right here where it says 100 marketing plan, and notice it says Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If you do in the search 100, Ruben, yeah, you can totally do it in Spanish. Yeah, 100%. So these 3 videos right here, 100-point marketing plan, 100, 100. Now, this is a vertical version, and you can download this from your list, upload it to, let me turn the volume off, and upload it to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, as you know, or if you do Instagram and you got tied into Facebook, this would be an awesome story. All right, awesome reel. I've seen people pin this to the top of their page as one of like the 3 pinned posts. This will be one of them because I want everyone to see my 100-point home marketing plan. So that's the vertical version. And we've also got a 5-minute version, landscape. This is the one that people will download and upload to their YouTube channel as a regular YouTube video. So check this out. It's just awesome. I mean, for 5 minutes, another client came in a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and said that he downloaded this, put it on his YouTube channel, and at an open house, either through a tablet or from the TV, if it's connected to smart TV, you're able to get onto YouTube because it's on his YouTube channel. He plays this at an open house, so people walking through the open house see this, and he's had good engagement from it. So this would be something that it's going to help you get more exposure to your 100-point home marketing plan. I would go to, again, the Listings to Leads media library, type in 100 and get that vertical version, download it, get it up to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and then on Instagram, flow it over through to a Facebook story. And then I would take this version, the long version, and I would upload that to YouTube. That would be something I want to make sure I get that on my YouTube channel. And then I would also drop that on Facebook once a month as a post. And we got a shorter version. I think this is like a minute and a half. Yeah, this is a minute and 18 seconds. So I could, if you watch this, I could sit here and go, download the video. So now I'm downloading the video. And then I can just go to Facebook, make a Facebook post, upload that video into Facebook, and have a great post. Does that make sense for everybody? So again, check out the media library for those videos. Then we got the social media posts are ours. And then you'll do a social media post similar to what I just mentioned. We got a short form video script. This would be, again, this is something that I would want to make sure that you're doing every single month. It's a great script. You'll get better at it every time you do it. Maybe in the beginning, I do it every week. Why? Not everybody sees all of your reels or your stories or your posts on social media, but maybe 10 to 15% of your audience will see any one particular thing that you do. So things like this one, in fact, I was talking to somebody this morning, and I was saying, combining these with a pending or sold listing could be really, really powerful. And I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later here. All right. As we're just working our way down this list, next up is the e-flyer for your database. This is something, again, every single month, I would be sending this out to my database. I want my database, every month, depending on how big your database is, there are people that are thinking about selling, right? They weren't thinking about it last month, but now they're thinking about it this month, or they're not thinking about it this month, but next month they start thinking about it. And I do not want them to forget about the fact that I have got a 100-point home marketing plan, because the more of my people that know that, the more likely they are to get a hold of me when they were getting ready to sell. Why would I go with some random agent when I know you've got a 100-point home marketing plan? And so we can't just send it out once, in March and expect people to remember. So either I send it to my seller leads in Listings to Leads. And again, this is something I would do once a month. I can change the image in the email. I can change that image to something else. I can send it through Listings to Leads. Again, I can copy the code, go into Follow Up Boss or whatever my own CRM is. And the only thing is to click that insert HTML to get the pop-up. And then boom. delete that. And there we go. Get top dollar with our 100-point home marketing plan. And even in here, I can edit it. In Follow Up Boss, I can edit this in Listings to Leads. So yeah, get the e-flyer to your database out. Now, what I also like to do is I went to ChatGPT, and we will add a plain text version as a template a little bit later. But I love going to ChatGPT and I'll say, hey, give me the plain text version of this image or this email. And then it will just, so I just screenshotted the email, dropped it in there. And then here, I will. Do you have to be a member? Well, you got to be an active client to get access to those videos, of course. Yeah. Therefore, our Listings to Leads clients. But I just dropped in the email. Yeah. I just dropped in the email text off of this. And, 1 month, send the version that's pretty. And then the next month, send a plain text version and just put a link to the landing page or a link to the flip book. But every month, I would make sure I want to get this out to my database. We've also got a database call script. Probably every week, right, I get one of these emails and it's about how to, make sure you don't lose your database, make sure you don't leak listings out of your database. And so we want to make sure that we got an email plan, that we have got good messaging to our database. We want to make sure that we are consistent with our database, whether we're emailing them or texting them, but also calling them. And if you follow our webinars, pretty much every webinar we do, there is a database call script, whether it's for the buyer leads, seller leads, or both. So when I talk about the database call script here, what I want you to be doing is, again, probably 3 to 4 scripts for the buyers a week, 3 to 4 scripts for your sellers in your database every week. So the idea is today, send out the email. So get the email out the door to all of your homeowner, home seller leads. Give it maybe 30, 45 minutes. Give it a couple hours. Go do some showings, come back, and then open up your database. Whether you're using Listings to Leads, which is totally fine. You can do this in Listings to Leads, or using Bold Trail or Follow Up Boss. And I would start looking at anyone that clicked or opened the email that did. Now, if they became a lead, obviously I'm going to call them back. If they click and go to the landing page, they download the guide, of course I'm going to call them up and follow up with them. But I'm also going to look at my email stats and go, who opened the email, who clicked on the email, who maybe opened it 3 or 4 times in the last 2 hours. And I'm going to call some of those people, because not only do I want them to get comfortable hearing from me via email, but I want them to get comfortable hearing from me via the phone as well. And, at some point, again, they're going to be thinking about selling. They're in our database, whether it's this week, next month, 10 years from now. If we just stay consistent with everything that we're doing, all of this work will start coming back for us. So anyways, take the script, if you can call 5 to 10 people in your database, you'll do well. And you do that every day, right? Every day we do another training. Every day in the marketing calendar right here, there's that marketing calendar in Listings to Leads. There is a script every day of the month, all right? For the work days, Monday through Friday, there's a database call script every day of the month pretty much that you can use. All right. This is essentially another version of the script. Now, I did a post in the mastermind group yesterday. This would be a great. How many of you have used the nearby homeowner letter? Right, which the nearby homeowner letter is one of the best tools to get listings. The problem is if you don't have a listing or you don't have an open house that you borrowed where you can use the nearby homeowner letter, around the open house to invite neighbors to it. But let's say you use a nearby homeowner letter last month and you don't have anything to use this month. Or I just want to door knock my farm and have conversations with people. This would be a great print flyer. You could combine this with something else, but this would be a phenomenal print flyer because, again, any sane person that is thinking about selling their home and they get something like this, take this into Canva, do a custom flyer if you want to, but take the QR code, use it on your Canva flyer. But you could mail this, you could door knock it, right? It doesn't matter. But this is a phenomenal tool to use in your farm area as well. So for example, if I have an open house, I might go door knocking with the open house nearby homeowner letter and this along with it. So when I'm door knocking, right, and again, maybe it's a just sold, maybe it's an open house. It could be my listing that I'm holding open or a listing that I'm borrowing. I would go door knocking with the nearby homeowner letter and take this along with it. So I got 2 flyers that I'm handing people. And if I don't have any open house, I don't have any just sold, I can take this by itself. And I go door knocking. All right, you knock on the door, they answer it. Hi, my name is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty, and I'm just walking around the neighborhood to meet the people today and want to give you my 100% home marketing plan. In fact, let's go back a tip. That's why we got that cold calling. Script, database, farm. There we go. So yeah, we got the script actually right there. With the way the market is now, I just want to make sure that you got access to my marketing plan. I think I talk about how days on market are getting longer, and having a strong marketing plan is absolutely critical in this market, right? In this market, you can't just go with oh my gosh, with one of my clients. So he's holding a listing open this weekend, and he held the listing open last weekend. The listing is with a top agent. So it's a top agent, it's their listing, and the photos are just boring as hell. Apparently, this agent uses the same group of photos for it's a condo building. So he uses the same pictures for the amenities, which I get, but they're not that good. I mean, if they were professional photos, that's one thing. But anyways, so top agent, he does all of his own photos and they're fine, but we were running ads and getting like $13 to $15 leads, which is atrocious. And Gordon went out, took his own photos, and we're rerunning that ad, and we're now getting $2 per lead from 13 last week, which is absolutely nuts. But that's just a little story of, in before, when days on the market didn't really matter or were low, right? Whatever. You can just list the home, put it in the MLS maybe, and get the thing sold. That's not the case now. So I just want to make sure, as a homeowner in the area, that if and when you think about selling your home, make sure to check out my marketing plan. If you have any questions, let me know. All right. Anybody have any thoughts on a door knocking script with that print flyer? We got 2 of them. We've also got postcards and door hangers. So postcards. So if you got a postcard campaign for homeowners in your farm, I would definitely recommend, whether you need JPEG or PDF, right, front and back, I would add this to your farming campaign. I mean, I get postcards. They're the lame. And it's funny, I never get postcards from the same agent more than like a year. Like, you can always tell. Oh my gosh, I've been sick with bronchitis for the last few weeks. So I never get postcards or direct mail from agents for more than a year. And I think what happens, right? They sign up for whatever program, it goes for a year. And so you get their postcards and then you never hear from them again. And it's always because they were either the postcards where I got to go to a URL, I got to enter a 9-digit phone number. And, for a lot of people, especially older people, but even younger people, who wants to scan a 9-digit code number, all right? Or it's the standard just listed, just sold postcards, right? Pretty, but there's no call to actions. There's no lead capture. They're all about the agent. They're not about the property. And so if you've got a direct mail strategy, whether it's printing and mailing the flyers, printing and door knocking the flyers, using the postcards, using the door hangers, if you've got any type of campaign, I would add this one to it 100%. And I think in a direct mail environment, this might be something I try to do, to my primary farm, maybe twice a year, maybe every 6 months. I want to get one of these versions to my farm. And if you use something like Mailbox Power, Thanks.io, might be a few others, where you can actually use a dynamic QR code so that when you send it to the home and they scan the QR code, even if they don't download the guide, you'll know exactly who scanned the QR code. And then what's really cool is on the back of these, check this out. If I go PDF, back, we don't waste the back of our postcards. So check this out. Nearby home sales affect your home's value. And so I'm just reading off from the top left right there. I would like to invite you to find out the new value of your home for free at california.freehomevalues.net. And they can text 182-141 to 888-264-1910. And that's actually a really cool text feature. A lot of you don't even know that. But if you want to, go ahead and try this out. I will drop this into, in fact, I'm going to put this in the mastermind group. And so later, after this call, let me just like this for free at, or text. I'll make this look a little prettier later. And see, you'll be able to see your estimated home value. There we go. High-low sales in your area, recent home sales. All right, but now or later, go ahead and send the text to that phone number and see what happens. It's really, really, really cool. And so, yeah, get this message, either the print flyer, the postcard, the door hanger. That is something I would do every 6 months to my primary farm or farm areas. All right. Any questions on getting this to our database? That's something I would do every month or two. Get this to our farm, something I would do every 6 months. Now, if you got multiple farms, this month go here, next month go there, next month go there. All right. For the farm, again, we got the database, we got the social media stuff, we got the videos that we can put on our Instagram, TikTok, YouTube shorts. So we got a lot of great coverage for getting that in front of people. Now, we're also generating leads from our just sold marketing, our pending marketing. What is your home worth, right? We got sphere of influence. We've got so many other ways. When we've got a listing presentation or a strong seller lead, and we want to prepare a custom 26-pager, it's free to make them. And I've got a couple here. Let me show you. So see where it says listing presentation? And same with expired, for sale by owner, and canceled, expired, listing presentation, FSBO. And if I click on the property address, right below the property address, you'll see 3 buttons. Download listing presentation, that's the PDF version, flipbook, and landing page. Now, I will show you how to create these in a second, but I just want to show you what you get when you add these listings to your account. Every single page on on the flipbook in the PDF via the landing page are now featuring that particular homeowner's home on every single page. So when they go through this, it's essentially the same presentation that we looked at earlier, except now they're looking at their home every single page. You only need 1 photo. I just happen to have 5 photos. But again, notice the domain in yellow, 1200 Riley Street, thebestlisting.com. And again, this is where it gets beautiful. This is where, when you are presenting this in a listing presentation, you present this to a canceled homeowner, an expired homeowner that is in your farm that you really, really want to get. I look at all the canceled expireds in my area every morning. And, usually like 80% of them I'm not that interested in. But there's generally going to be 1 or 2 that are interesting to me, where I might prepare this custom presentation for a specific expired or a specific canceled, or even a specific FSBO listing, because it's a good price point. It shows well, right? I see it come through My Plus Leads or Red X. Or again, if it's just a strong seller lead that I want to prepare this for, I don't even want to wait them to ask me for a listing presentation, right? It's a seller lead, and I'm just going to prepare and send it to them. That way, they don't even have to think about it. They know I'm the one to go with when they get ready to sell their home. So yeah. So anyway, let me scan that QR code. And when you're in a listing presentation and a seller scans at, and again, they're looking at their home right on their phone, you're going to love the reaction. You're probably going to have the best listing presentation of your life using this, because preparing it is so easy. You see here, right? We got the coming soon, the just listed, like we did before. Preparing it is easy. Presenting it is a piece of cake. You're going to feel like $1 million. It's going to help you defend your commission, because after going through all of this, they're not going to ask you, what are you going to do to market my home? Like, what is it that you're really going to do? Like, are you serious? Like that will not be an issue after they go through this with you. All right. And then the look on their face when they scan that QR code and they're looking at their property, I mean, it's beautiful. Agent launch, agent dominator. Yeah, Jennifer, just go with the cheaper one. All that matters is the number of listings you currently have. So now I'll tell you, we got people, they do the agent dominator and they go nuts. So let me show you here. So it goes by how many listings you can have in your account. So you can see, for example, we deliver this ahead of the listing appointment in a pre-listing package. Brian, what do you tell me again? In fact, I don't have, I lost my, well, in fact, I'll tell you, when I do an open house, here's that print flyer. It's in an acrylic flyer holder. So when I'm at an open house, I leave that out and I invite homeowners. If you'd like to see my 100-point home marketing plan, you can go ahead and scan the QR code there and get access to it. I mean, that is awesome. All right. So what I was going to say though, our agent launch 0 to 10 listings, and that is good to get into the system, learn it a little bit. If you've got let's say, Jennifer, how many listings do you currently have right now? Because you want to market your current listings, any pending listings you want to add, and I would add any recently sold listings of the last 60 days because pending and sold listings are some of the best seller leads you're going to get, in my opinion. Great database tools, great social media tools, great farm tools, great tools to use to market. And you can market pending and sold listings where you're the selling agent. So keep in mind, if you've got a buyer that is in contract or has recently bought a property with you, just like the listing presentation, just like the canceled listings, check this out. Add listing, manual, and status. So the first status is listing presentation. This is when we got a listing presentation. So you're going to select it. And it's so easy. Seller name, seller email, seller phone, headline. All that is required. Street, city, state, zip code. All right. That's it. Don't worry about a property description right now. Click save and add photos. All you need is one photo. And when you get done, it should literally take you like a minute. Do not use the previous listing agent's photos. Don't do that. It's going to make you look awful. Man, can you imagine? I deliver a presentation or a flip book or the PDF to a homeowner, and the first thing they go is that looks like the listings from my last agent or the photos from my last agent. So yeah. Oh yeah. Everything is branded to your colors, your logo. Everything is branded to you. Yeah. Yeah, that would be your logo right there, your colors, or even. But so check this out. So let's go back to add listing, manual. So we got draft. So draft is very convenient to get something started and come back to it later. We've got in contract, under deposit, active, contingent. These are great if you're the listing agent, obviously. But even if you're the selling agent where your buyer is in contract, I have had people, right? Their buyer's in contract. So whatever you call it, right? Maybe call it pending, maybe call it under contract. We're going to add the listing. And again, all you need is one photo. Again, don't take the listing agent's photos. When you're there for doing an inspection, you go do a drive-by, take a photo of the front of the house, take a nice photo. Just like the listing presentation, I don't need to add everything to it. Save and add photo, add the photo. And just like the listing presentation, just like any of these other ones, they drop into your account. And then I've got the marketing opportunity. Now for the listing presentation, so you see here it says status, listing presentation, status expired, status for sale by owner, status canceled. All of these give me that listing presentation. And this is what I was referring to earlier. And so Brian, like what we're doing with you, obviously, we're getting you set up with the email campaign. So you can add the expired homeowners, the canceled homeowners to the email campaign. And, I was talking to a client yesterday. He went and got 50 of the listing presentations at the account level. He got them pre-printed for like $5 each. And what he's going to do is he's actually going to mail them to key seller leads, key canceled, expireds, withdrawns in his local market. So he's going to just mail it out, not custom ones, but the one at the account level. So I'll show that to you again in a minute here. But what you can also do is if I've got a canceled listing that comes through, I can add it to my account. Now, I'm going to be very judicious about this. I'm not going to do this with every one of them. But if it comes through My Plus Leads and I got the phone number, I got the email address, imagine I could send this via text to that homeowner. Maybe I want to go get a bit.ly URL, or maybe not. Maybe I just want to send this URL. But can you imagine getting this to the homeowner and having them see this? I'm sure their last agent probably did the MLS. Maybe they did one Facebook ad or one open house. But when that canceled homeowner sees this, man. Now, if I want to print this, bind it, and mail it to them, I could. Right? You see the PDF version right here. There's also a landing page. But what Kelly is doing, and then I'll give you one more example, or one more idea here. So Kelly, he took the listing presentation, right? Listing presentation print. So he printed this up like 50 copies, and that way he'll have them. And so whenever he wants to send that 26 pager out, he'll have them sitting in a box in his office. He can door knock with it. He can drop it into an envelope and mail it. But now, anytime, whether it's a strong seller lead, a good canceled, a withdrawn, a FSBO, again, it's in this primary sales area. It's of a certain price point, so it makes sense. And it's a listing that would really be a great listing. Either send this to them or create the custom one and get that to them. All right. How did you drop the for sale? Steve, I'm sorry. What do you mean? How did you drop the for sale sign in front of the home? Oh, you mean in the image? ChatGPT, to be honest with you. Yeah. Just let into ChatGPT and say, put a for sale sign or a sold sign. I think it was this one right here. In fact, that whole image was from ChatGPT. Yeah, you're talking about this one right here? Yeah, I just said, give me a... So here's another tip. I want to have a demo canceled listing in my account. So notice, in fact, it really should be like 123 Main Street. So right now it says 689 Whitney Elm. Let me be a little bit more obvious about this. So I'm going to do 123 Main Street, Anytown, California. And now everybody knows this is not a real listing. This is like a demo, if that makes sense. Now it's going to take a minute for this to regenerate because now it's going to change that address. But I would add a similar type of canceled, similar type of expired to my listings to leads account, and maybe even the listing presentation. A, that way I get more comfortable with it. But B, when I want to send something, right, just like I got the expired right here, if I've got a canceled listing coming through and I don't want to create a one-off listing in my account for them, I would just go to my demo expired, my demo canceled. I would grab the flip book, for example, and maybe I just start off by emailing them this. And they say, hey, I see your property just was canceled and would love to have you take a look at my 100-point home marketing plan. I mean, look out right there. The complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. All right. Any questions on anything? Yeah, Steve. In fact, like I said, that whole image was from ChatGPT. So anyways, all right. Any questions? Anything we should discuss? We good to go? All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And again, sorry, I'm still a little bit out of it. I might actually go get some medicine. I've been dealing with this cough for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I thought I was going to be over it by now, but you can still hear it in my throat. So, anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. Get to the mastermind group. Love hearing from you. I want to make sure that I'm supporting you as much as possible with this. So, get to the mastermind group and let's get some listings. Let's convert some people. Let's get into our farm area. Let's get this to our database, make a few phone calls. All right. Use the short form video script, do a couple of videos. You know, my wife is now getting into short form video. When she first started, between using the equipment and the phone and being comfortable and sounding good, it takes a while. Just like building up your pipeline takes a while, getting comfortable and getting results from short form video takes a while. You're only going to get better by doing it over and over and over again. And similar to the database call scripts, one of the really powerful things with listings to leads is every single day in that marketing calendar, there is, and for today, it's the listing presentation. And with every marketing funnel, we've got a short form video script. And so whether you use this word for word, you use it as inspiration, you paraphrase it, whatever, but get the message out via TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. From Instagram, it'll go to Facebook Stories, so it'll be on Facebook. But this is definitely a message that you want to be getting out once a month. And some, again, word for word, paraphrase, or whatever, but get it out the door. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.